by the time that I was going to the university, the war was actually there, was happening. And it was dangerous for me every day. Like sometimes for some days I had to miss lots of classes because of the situation. So it was hard for me. It was scary to hear like all this shooting and all.
Welcome to Share Your Story with Saima.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So I'm just going to get straight into it. Like I approached you in, was it March this year?
I think
Yeah,
so.
it was March this year, and I graduated with the first class.
I finished my undergrad. I finished my bachelor last year with the first class degree, and
Right.
I finished my master's a few weeks ago as well. I'm just
Oh
waiting for
wow!
my grades as well.
Oh,
So,
that's amazing. Oh
but
wow!
still,
I
there's long way. There's a long way to go still.
did really well.
Thank you.
Actually, it was your story that I was very much interested in. Um, and I want to know a little bit about your story. But first things first, I want to know a bit about where you've come from.
I'm originally from Syria. Um, because of the war that started in 2011, I had to leave, basically. It was dangerous for me and my family, especially for me and my brother, because we were at the age of almost 18. And since then, we moved to Jordan, where we were seeking for a safe place, and it was the closest place for us, the closest country for us to move to was Jordan. We moved there. I lived there for almost 4 years, 4.5. I don't remember exactly. And then I came here to the UK.
Wow. So before you tell us a bit about life in UK, what was life like in Syria?
Oh, it was completely different.
Was
Well,
it?
I had the best childhood that I could ever have. And I mean, like all my friends are there, all my memories and everything is there. I was like first year at the university as well in Syria. I was studying computer engineering. But because of the war, as I told you, I had to leave, so I stopped my studying there. But before that was completely like normal, happy life, like any normal life that anybody would actually live.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've never been to Syria before, but every time if I click onto Google and type in Syria, there's a lot of wars, pictures of, images of, people that have passed away, there's
Yeah.
blood, there's war. How does that make you feel when you look back?
Well, it feels it's really hard. It's heartbreaking. Um, Most of the people I've seen lots of people as well. They I consider them like could be like one of the family, be one of my friends. Even though I lost lots of friends there, but I just feel very sad to see all of these pictures, to see what's happening, the how my country being destroyed, and
Yeah.
like where it came, like what happened to the country, what happened to the houses, to the cities, to the people. People has lots of people moved out of their houses because of the war. There's lots of people they moved out of the country as well.
Wow. So when you had to leave, was it quite scary? Was it quick?
It was scary, of course. I mean, I was at the age of 18 for me. Um, Basically, the war started in 2011, March 2011, and by that time I finished my high school back there, and I joined the university. So by the time that I was going to the university, the war was actually there, was happening, and it was dangerous for me every day. Like So for some days I had to miss lots of classes because of the situation. So it was hard for me. It was scary to hear like all this shooting and all everything that was happening. I wasn't like I didn't expect like one day I will hear these sounds, you know?
Wow.
So it was very scary for me. And also like moving to another country to see everything new, everything like that, new people, a new culture, like different different way of life, different lifestyle. So it was like a shock for me, to be honest.
Absolutely. So you moved to Jordan, and was that you and your brother, or was it just
I
you? Was it
I
your
moved
family?
to Jordan. My brother and I we moved to Jordan first. We had to leave to be in a safe place. We crossed the border legally. We used our passports and everything. By that time, the border was still open. So we moved to my brother and I. We moved to Jordan, and a few months later, my family followed us.
Right, okay. Was it like leaving the country? Could you hear like a lot of the war like still going on?
When I basically the shooting and everything was going during the night by that time in 2011, and at the time that I actually traveled to Jordan, it was during the day. So thank God I didn't hear anything. I didn't face any of any dangerous situation.
Right. And what made you move to Jordan? Why Jordan?
I had a friend there. Well, my best friend was there actually. He's like a brother to me, and like out like from Lebanon or Jordan, I actually choose to move to Jordan because I can continue my studies there as well.
Oh, right, okay. That's amazing. You mentioned something about you lost a lot of friends. Was that because of the war?
Yes.
So it was the shooting, were they being shot or?
I don't know. I've just like they actually some of them died while I was in Jordan, and I was hearing just this person just passed away or died or what the
Yeah,
reason. I didn't ask about the reason because that will actually be very hurtful, you know.
of course, absolutely. So when did you come to the UK then?
Well, it's all started in 31st January 2014. Uh,
You're quite
sorry,
precise with the date.
31st December 2014.
Right.
And that's when we got the first call from the UNHCR. They told us that they didn't mention the country at the beginning. They told us our file is like eligible for a resettlement program in different countries. They didn't mention any name of or of any countries. We didn't know that we're coming here though. So after a few interviews and like few like medical tests and everything, they told us that we've been. They told us they offered us to resettle here in the UK. And in 2016, 17th of January 2016, we got the call to tell us that your flight is in 10 days. And
Wow.
that's when I like I didn't believe it. I thought that there's something was joking or something. But yeah, it actually was in 10
Wow.
days, like, and I came to England specifically to Birmingham. I arrived at 10 a.m. to 27th of January 2016, almost
Wow.
5 years.
Wow. So you remember the exact dates, and is that because they're special dates for you?
It's not about special dates. It's because it's of course it's a special dates, but it's because how much I suffered in Jordan. The situation there as well. There's no war. There's nothing. But dealing with different kind of people. You are in a country. They are in their countries. I'm coming from different countries that war happening. and I don't have access to education unless I pay for that, especially because I was on the university level. Um, but the thing is, there was lots of other people as well that we. I'm not. I don't want to say that they're not welcome, because there's a lot. There are a lot of people they welcome us there, but it wasn't safe for us basically. I just say it like in a very short sentence. It wasn't safe. So we're seeking for a safer place, or the safest place for us. And that's why I remember every single day, because I was counting the days, basically.
So one thing that was a massive highlight to me was that you didn't know a word of English.
Not at all.
So speaking to your English is amazing.
Thank you.
And you wrote in your status that you taught English yourself, was it? I mean, how did that come about? Because if I'm right, you passed with a first class honours.
Yes.
That's amazing, because even I didn't get a first class. And I'm born in the UK. So, and I think that's really good of you. So how did you teach yourself?
Well, it's all started with my habit, like what my dreams is. I always have a dream. I'm always looking towards my dream, my goal, and it is to get the highest level of education and open my own company later in the future. The biggest, one of the biggest, should be one of the biggest companies. And the thing is that when I arrived here, I didn't know any English, and I know how the education here. I know that it's really great and important to be in the UK and studying here in the UK. So I have a chance. I have a chance. When I first came, I thought that I have a chance now to learn, to get like high qualifications, to join university, study my bachelor, my masters, and carry on with that. And but all of these things, all the dreams, actually should start with the first step, which is learning English. It's the basic, the foundation of this goal, or the dream, if I would say. And that's how I actually start thinking about it. From the first day I came here, I put a plan for myself that, okay, it's January time. By September, I should be joining the university. How? What's the ways that to do that? I don't care. I just care about being able to speak English, do the IELTS exam, or any other exam they would require, and then I should be able to join the university in September. So since I came to in January. In February, I started studying. Basically, they put us on the waiting list to join the college, and I I thought that I'm not going to wait. I'm not going just to waste time here at home doing nothing. So it was good for me. It was a good step for me to think that, okay, it's time to take one step forward, start studying by yourself, and when the college comes, you can go just to college, but don't rely on the college or rely on what they're going to teach me there. So I put a plan. I knew the route to the university. I already have my qualifications from Syria, for my high school, my school qualifications. So the first step is already done once I finish my school. The second step is to be able to speak English, to do IELTS exam, and that I've got these informations from friends of mine here, or like from the people actually around me. Uh, so I've put a plan for myself, to study every day IELTS exams. I started from, like, I didn't start from the basics, to be honest. I started from one, like, or two levels higher than the basic.
Wow.
So I put a plan for myself. I have nothing to do here when I came here. So I had, like, my day is all free. I have lots of free time to do anything I want. So I used that time. I was studying almost 12 hours a day. And 3, 4 months later, I was able to do the IELTS exam and speak English fluently.
Wow, so 2, 3 months, that's all it took you.
Yes, but 2, 3 months with like actually working every day, 7 days a week.
Wow. And when you say you taught yourself and you had all free time to yourself, so how did you actually teach yourself? So was you watching YouTube videos, books? What was you doing?
Well, there was like 2 or 3 ways basically. So in order not to get bored of studying and everything, so what I was doing, every day I was studying in a different place. Sometimes in my room at home. Sometimes I go to the library, Library of Birmingham. Sometimes I go sit in any like Starbucks, Costa, anywhere, drink coffee and do some work. So that's one way of uh, the route to keep me just keep going with my studies. And the other one is like to choose the right material, which was mostly online. And I had when I was going to the library, I didn't use any online resources. I was only using the books in there because they have so many books for IELTS exam, especially the Cambridge edition. I think they are like 9 books or something. So I was whenever I was going, I was trying to do some tests, and also we had the friends here who are born here as well. So they help me to check my writing if I'm writing grammatically or like any mistakes with the spelling or anything. They were checking that for me. And for the reading or like reading, speaking, or listening, I was doing the exams online, trying online to do the exams. And yeah, so mostly was like YouTube, some websites, and like some books from the library.
So you're using different sources, but it's more so you're collaborating them together to, of
Yes.
course, teach yourself. That
Yeah.
is absolutely amazing.
All
So,
right.
with what you told me about that you taught yourself with using different resources, how did you
Mhm.
know where to access these resources?
Well, I already know how to use a computer because
Yeah,
that's where I was what I was studying, and I know like that books actually it's actually exists in the library, but I had to ask to know where's actually the English or the IELTS books are in which floor on which row or something like this.
wow, that's amazing. Did you ever ask for help from anybody apart from your friends? You were saying that proofread your work.
Like most of the time, I was just trying not to get help from people, even though it's very hard. But yeah, I was getting some helps from uh, Refugee Action. They helped me a lot.
Okay.
They were responsible about us once we came here. And also, we had a friend as well who's born here and everything. So he was checking my work for me if I need any help or anything. And he was trying to, like, we made a deal that I'll teach him Arabic, he'll teach me English, and so on. Or like asking him about some words, and he was asking me about some words in Arabic, for example.
Oh, bless you.
So
That's
yeah.
so like you work pretty well with your friends as well, which is really good. So you studied degree in the UK and you pass honours, which is amazing. How did you find education in the UK?
Well, it's completely different, first of all. The education back in Syria is mostly theory. It's about theory things, and like 80% theory and 20% practical. But here it's totally the opposite. So you've got 80% practical and 20% theory, which
Wow,
is good, especially in my field in computing. We need more practical to know what we are doing or what we're going to do.
absolutely.
So I was like actually enjoying a lot here when I was studying because first of all I'm studying something that I like, and secondly I like practical things. So well, I was doing what I love again, and third, basically I was learning things that actually I can use later in the future. So it's not like just learning theory things. and I didn't know how to use it later. No, but in fact, I was actually learning how to do it in practical, how to be useful in the business environment, how to be part of the business environment.
Wow, that is amazing. So, if when you saw like the course content and the course structure, how did you feel when you first time like saw the assignment brief, let's just say?
Well, it was the first time for me to do like assignments or something like this. We are personally, I'm used to do exams. We don't have like assignments or these type of things. We mostly have exams back there. And when I came to the assignments here, I have to do research. I have to write in an academic way. So it helped me a lot. At the beginning, it was hard, but later with the practicing and like trying to get more experience in this, it gets easier and easier and easier again.
Absolutely. I mean, being a lecturer myself, and obviously I teach a degree and I teach level 3 as well. Teaching students that are born in the UK, they already struggle to understand certain research or theories. For someone like yourself, who, yeah, you taught yourself English, did you find it difficult to understand certain terminology or certain words or research?
Of course, but again, like I started learning English. It didn't stop just there. I was doing research about things. I was like learning from the internet how to use these kind, like such a word, for example, like therefore, however, and all these things. So these linked words, linking words, and like how to use them and all these things. So I was doing lots of research about that. I was doing like how to use um, to be grammatically correct when I was right when I write. So for me, I already started to do research to learn how to do research. What's the ways to do the best to do the research or anything. So for me, when I joined the university, I started with the assignments and like different terms, very big terms to in the academia. So at the beginning, I was having a headache from the lectures, and
Yeah,
then I get used to them. So the first semester was hard for me,
yeah.
but the second semester, second year, and third year was getting easier and easier and easier.
You know, I'm just thinking because for you to get a first class honours, your assignment needs to be very, very well written, very well
Yeah.
structured.
Yeah.
Um, did you ever get anybody apart from your friends? Did you ever go anywhere else to get it proofread, or did you constantly
Um,
read it yourself?
well, I've got friends in higher level than me,
Right.
and like they're doing their PhDs or their masters, and I was always asking them to do proofreading for me, so that helped me a lot as well. And I was like, whenever I was reading a paper online, I was trying to understand the structure of the paper, like and like trying to find the best structure of any paper, for example, and try to follow that structure.
Wow, that is amazing. You know, I'm going to show this video to my students who complain when I give them certain grades. At least I can say for somebody like yourself that didn't know English but managed to get yourself onto a degree and teach yourself English and even come out with a first class honours. You seem to have a very passionate ethic about education, and you said it's a certain dream that you have. Um, what is the reason behind this? Like, why do you have this specific dream?
Well, since I was 6 or 7 years old, like I was so attached to my PC, playing games or trying to find like how this is being built, trying to unassemble the PC and try to assemble it again by myself. Yeah, I've always been like this. So since I was 6, 7 years old, I was trying to find why this work, how it worked. So we're always trying to question things about my PC and like and then when I got my first laptop as well, trying to do like all the softwares and do like the
Yeah.
configuration for the system, for the operating system by myself. So first time I burned my PC. the second time as well, and then the third time. So I started to learn by myself about that. Even my high school, it was actually specialized in IT. So it was all about computing. So since I was in year 10 in school, I was doing computing. It's not only since I got to the university.
Wow. So you have a very strong passion for computing.
Yes, exactly. For technologies in general. So whatever like involve technologies, I try just to know what's happening in there.
Oh wow, that's amazing. I wish I was like that. Maybe you'll help me with my career. And first, your knowledge with what you shared within this video in terms of teaching yourself English, I strongly feel this specific episode will help a lot of people that do come from another country to the UK and want to pursue a career but struggle because English is their second language. What advice will you give to people watching this episode?
Well, there's two things I'd actually to mention. First of all, like for the people who come to this country or who came to this country and still doesn't speak English, I'd actually say like if you ever find English is like hard to learn or like you don't know actually which way to to go to what route you should take to learn English, always ask for help. It's not bad that you're asking for help. It's actually good because you will always help yourself and try to let the others help you learning English. And for the others, I think it's about education. For those who are struggling in education, don't give up. It all starts from zero. Everyone starts from zero. Everyone didn't know anything about what they were studying. So don't give up. Try harder and ask for help as well. It's good idea to ask for help all the time. Like not personally, I've been doing computing, for example, for like 13, 14 years in my life, but I still struggle with things and I still ask for help till now. Doesn't mean like if I've been doing it for a long time, I've been doing computer for a long time, doesn't mean that I know everything.
Absolutely.
But like every day we learn new things. So yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I can't wait to share this to my students. Your advice will go very far. I just want to say a massive thank you to you for sharing your story.